Tonight, live at 5, President Biden issues yet another executive order aimed at protecting abortion rights. More on how this latest move affects out-of-state access. You may not think you're in need of microchips, but many of the things you want to buy but can't seem to find sure do. We hear from one Northland business about how this has hit them and what new legislation might do to help. And we take you to Superior for a summertime tradition. We're live from the Head of the Lakes Festival.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paul Brown. Today, President Biden signed an executive order aimed at protecting abortion rights for the second time since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. His executive action calls for possible Medicaid waivers to cover services for women who travel out of state for care. Natalie Brand has more from Capitol Hill.
During the first meeting of the White House Task Force on Reproductive Health Care, President Biden touted a new executive order to support patients traveling out of state for care.
I commit to the American people that we're doing everything in our power to safeguard access to health care, including the right to choose that women had under Roe v. Wade.
The executive order directs the Secretary of Health and Human Services to consider action to advance access to reproductive health care services, including through Medicaid, improve research on maternal health outcomes, and ensure health providers comply with federal law, which could include technical assistance for doctors who may be confused in the wake of the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade as they navigate new state restrictions. The president has again urged Congress to codify Roe v. Wade into federal law, pointing to Tuesday's vote in Kansas as an example of public sentiment towards abortion rights. Crowds at this Kansas election night party erupted into cheers after learning voters had rejected a measure to remove abortion rights from the state's constitution.
This is a clear indication of where voters in Kansas are on this issue.
The group Kansans for Constitutional Freedom claimed victory in the historically red state during the first real test of abortion rights on the ballot since Roe was overturned.
I wouldn't have voted that way if I were a Kansas voter. My guess is this won't be the last vote they take on it.
A similar measure to the one voted down in Kansas is on the ballot in Kentucky, while adding abortion protections to the state constitution are on the ballot in Vermont and California. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The U.S. Justice Department has filed a lawsuit challenging Idaho's near-total ban on abortion. The state's Republican governor calls the case, quote, federal meddling. A Republican incumbent serving the UP won his Michigan primary race last night. Ed McBroom took 77% of the vote over his two challengers. He's held Michigan's 38th Senate district seat, serving Gogebic and Iron counties since 2018. McBroom will now face Democrat John Brahms in the November election. Brahms ran unopposed. We are following breaking news tonight out of Indiana. Earlier this afternoon, Republican Congresswoman Jackie Walorski was killed in a head-on collision. Two of her staffers who were in the car with her also died, as well as the lone occupant of the other vehicle. The Congresswoman and her team were heading southbound when a car heading northbound crossed the center line. The local coroner's office and the county sheriff are investigating the crash. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has ordered the flags at the Capitol building to be lowered to half-staff. Former Vice President Mike Pence was in Wisconsin today, helping his preferred candidate campaign for governor. Pence joined Republican Rebecca Kleefisch for a roundtable discussion just outside Milwaukee. Pence endorsed Kleefisch, the state's former lieutenant governor, last week, saying she has a proven conservative track record. Meanwhile, former President Trump endorsed a different candidate for governor, Tim Michels. Trump plans to campaign for him in the Badger State tomorrow. Tonight, Michels is returning the favor, saying he would endorse Trump in his possible 2024 re-election campaign. But in a speech just yesterday, Michels said he hadn't committed to a presidential candidate yet and that he's only focused on next week's primary. Kleefisch and Michels face off against Timothy Ramthun and Adam Fisher in Wisconsin's Republican primary for governor Tuesday. The winner faces Democratic Governor Tony Evers in November. A woman accused of hitting 3 people outside a Duluth bar while she was drunk has been charged with 6 felonies. The crash happened just outside the break room bar shortly after midnight Saturday. Desiree Hansey was taken into custody shortly afterward. According to court documents, the 29-year-old was yelling at someone as she got into her car. She then allegedly started driving towards several people on the patio. Police say she reversed and then accelerated, hitting 3 men in their mid-40s and 50s. They had minor injuries. Police say Hansey's blood alcohol level was more than twice the legal limit. Supply chain issues have made microchips very hard to come by over the last year. That affects everything from cars to fridges, even snowplows. But new legislation signed by President Biden this week could help. CBS 3's Mitchell Zimmerman met with a Cloquet appliance store owner who says the chip shortage has hit his business hard in the last couple of years.
Yeah, Paul, currently around 12% of microchips made worldwide are manufactured in the U.S. So when supply chain disruptions happen, like we saw during the pandemic, that can affect Northland businesses like Doherty Appliance Sales and Service in Cloquet. Now, the small business has had to wait longer for shipments of things like fridges and ovens because of the lack of chips coming from across the world in Asia. Tom Brettingheimer is the owner of the store, and he thinks the CHIPS Act will help his business.
A lot of the products we sell are at least assembled in America, and if we can get chips made here that go into some of our products, that'll, boost up the supply chain and hopefully speed things up for the future too.
Biden yesterday will provide around $280 billion in funding for the research and manufacturing of microchips in the United States. Now, coming up at 6, we'll hear from Minnesota Senator Tina Smith on how this law could help Northlanders struggling to make ends meet.
Okay, Mitchell Zimmerman in the newsroom for us tonight. Thanks, Mitchell. Dave joins us now for a quick look at the weather. And, yeah, today, very nice out there, a little warm.
A little bit warm for some folks, cooler for others. Last night's storm system ate up a lot of the heat out of the atmosphere, especially in northern Minnesota. So current temperatures there on that side of our border are running from 64 to 75. Cooler up north, warmer down south. It is a bit warmer for Wisconsin and the UP. Current temps are going about 74 to 79 degrees. Actually 73 if we throw in Solon Springs, and we have to because it's a great town. Sunshine for most places, clouds for others. The clouds are coming from a cool front that's just north of our border that's going to try to stir up some showers tonight for Minnesota, and it's already paying off in the tip of the Arrowhead. That's the tail end of our now occluded low from last night, but at the same time, higher pressures filtering in to keep the sun going, and so I think by tomorrow, it's going to be the high that works out. Just a slight chance, 20% chance for the sprinkles tonight with a mostly cloudy sky, low temps around 65 degrees. Maybe a little bit cooler farther inland. This is a Twin Ports number. Come Thursday, we'll go towards 78 for a high, which is really where we're supposed to be for this time of year. High pressure taking over makes it sunny and summery. And speaking of summery, it'll get even more summery on Friday as temperatures go towards a range of 85 to 90. Is that going to be a trend or just a one-day misstep in the opinions of some? I'll let you know with my 7-day forecast in more detail in a few more minutes.
Okay, you got me thinking about this. Thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, fighting invasive species in Duluth, how you can help, coming up in City by City.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known secrets about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. Call right now for your free book. And as a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched over 1,200 annuities and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from financially strong insurers. Again, that's Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and a free annuity rate report, both absolutely free, for calling Annuity General today. Supplies are limited. Call now.
Call 800-816-8219. That's 800-816-8219.
Oh, yeah, dude, that doesn't look good. I know what to do.
I'm going to cashnetusa.com. I can apply in minutes, and if approved, I can have the money as soon as the same business day.
Go to cashnetusa.com to apply for the money you need.
If you spent time on base at Camp Lejeune prior to 1988 and developed any of these cancers or suffered any of these injuries, you may be eligible for significant financial compensation.
Leaking underground tanks contaminated the drinking water with benzene and other highly carcinogenic chemicals.
There have been numerous reported cases of exposed personnel developing cancer and other serious health conditions. Call Camp Lejeune victims to discuss your case now.
800-795-0821.
When it comes to sports, there's one guy who's dunking on the competition. For all your local sports, Duncan Goldberg. Evenings on Live Local CBS 3.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Two Harbors tonight. We are one day out from Festival of Sail, and you can see the ships have reached Two Harbors. The fun kicks off tomorrow at 11 a.m. with the Grand Parade of Sail. Tonight at 6, we hear from the cabin of that historic boat that you can see in the distance. Dave will be in with this week's full forecast in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region. Reviewing a large cabin resort in Two Harbors and a chance for Iron Range students to apply for a free pair of shoes. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland city by city. We start off in Duluth tonight with a few chances to help clear out invasive species. Tomorrow and next Thursday, several local groups are coming together to host invasive knotweed workshops. Knotweed, also called bamboo, is an invasive plant that grows rapidly and causes damage to property, lakes, and local streams. Organizers say it's critical for community members to be able to identify the plant and learn more about it to help keep it from spreading. The workshops are free to attend. Next, we head to Two Harbors, where a commercial development is in its environmental review phase. The Harbors Resort is a 23-acre resort on East Stanley Road. Phase 1 and 2 have been approved by the county and included gravel work, stormwater plans, and amenities, plus the first 24 cabins. Phase 3 is what is under review and consists of an additional 21 cabins. The public has until September 1st to comment on the environmental assessment, and a public meeting will be held September 19th. And we wrap up in Mountain Iron tonight, where a local assistance program is back for its second year. The Mountain Iron Fire Department, in partnership with the United Way of Northeastern Minnesota, is hosting the Community Steps program this year. The program provides low-income Iron Range families with free new school shoes. Applications are open through August 22nd, and 120 students will be chosen. Students will get a tour of the fire department, a shoe shopping trip, and a community dinner. We'll have the application on our website. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might get featured as we go around the Northland city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, we are live at the Head of the Lakes Fair in Superior. What festival goers can expect coming up in just a few minutes.
Last night we had some pretty wild weather around our region, but today has calmed down nicely and we're absolutely normal. 78 versus 78. We'll stay that way tomorrow, but come Friday, we'll go towards that record. 91 degrees from 1893. How long will this heat wave last? I'll talk about it in my 7-day forecast after the break.
Hi, everyone. I'm Natalie Grant. I am so excited to be waking up with you every weekday from 5 to 7 right here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
Our demo fleet at Link RV is now for sale, and discounts have never looked so good. You can take advantage of 10 new campers that will load out to events across the Northland and save thousands. Check out our inventory at linkrvdirect.com or our dealership in Minot. Link RV, where reputation is everything.
It's always time for Papa Murphy's. And now you can get any medium 2-topping pizza for just $6.99. Now that's meaty yum. Papa Murphy's. We make great pizza so you can make the pizza great. Order online today at papamurphys.com.
What should we do?
I'm going to CashNetUSA.com. I can apply in minutes, and if approved, we can have the money as soon as the same business day.
Go to CashNetUSA.com to apply for the money you need.
At Super One Foods, we're always looking for new talent to join our 5-star service team. We are a growing family-owned company that provides a variety of opportunities to learn new skills and enhance your working knowledge while serving your friends and neighbors. We offer flexible scheduling, competitive wages, gold-level health insurance, and generous retirement benefits, including a defined benefit pension plan and a 401k. Super One Foods offers an excellent environment to grow both personally and professionally and can provide you the foundation for career advancement.
Come join our team.
Super One Foods. Jobs right in your neighborhood.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy movies in the park. Every Friday in July and August, watch movies come to life on a gigantic outdoor screen in Leif Erikson Park. Here's what's playing this summer. The Greater Downtown Council's Movies in the Park is presented by Arrowhead Orthodontics and in part by these fine sponsors.
And how new legislation might help stop the semiconductor chip shortage in the Northland.
Calmer weather has come to call, and I'll talk about how long it's going to last.
Tonight at 6 on Live Local CBS 3.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Last night's storms were fairly selective. Only 2 zones really got hit. A stripe of northern Minnesota along the Mesabi and Vermilion Iron ranges from one end to the other, and then a line in northern Wisconsin just south of the Hayward area from Burnett County to points east. Well, let's zoom in and take a look at some of these rain totals that came in, and Spooner takes the cake, at least for folks who reported into the COCO-RAWS, the Community Collaborative Rain Hail a society or something like that. 3.1 inches in Spooner, that's a big deal. All right, Webster, 1.5 inches. Babbitt, though, up on the Mesabi range, they got their hat into the top 3 there, 1.2 inches. Almost an inch in Biwabika, also on the Mesabi. Slide Lake near the Mesabi, 8,500. Mellon, Wisconsin, almost 3/4. Mason, more than 1/2 inch there next to Delta. And Canyon, just up north from Duluth, 1/2 inch. Well, tonight there's a chance for some sprinkles, but if we get 1/10 inch, that's going to be about it. And if those sprinkles leave Minnesota and go into Wisconsin, that'll be quite a trick as well. So a very slight 20% chance. Right now at the airport in Duluth, 71 with partial sunshine, northwest wind 16 miles per hour. So today, as higher pressure started filling in behind a departing low, the winds have kicked up. Relative humidity 66%, and air pressure still on the lower side by a hair at 29.8 inches of mercury. But a high is making the sky clear and making barometer readings go up, and like I mentioned, kicking up the winds. Northwesterly, 18 miles an hour right now for our friends in Hibbing, 20 towards Ashland, 14 in Ironwood, Watersmeet, and Mercer. Likely will stay windy tonight, calm down tomorrow. Now, let's go to the big picture. There's last night's low pressure system with its frontal boundary still plowing towards the east. Michigan's under the gun here tonight for severe storms. We get a sprinkle chance from this cold front just north of the border. And that cold front has been trying to stir up a couple of rain showers that have been crossing into parts of St. Louis County, Lake County, and Cook County as well. 20% chance your town will get a little bit of this on the Minnesota side of life. I think if it survives a trip into Wisconsin and Michigan, that's going to be pushing it just a little bit. So odds are folks there tonight will have a clear sky as the high pressure system advances. This high will bring us sunshine on Thursday and most of the day on Friday as well. But already by Friday night, the next rainmaker is on our horizon. That'll kick up a late Friday night through Saturday chance for showers and storms. Right now it looks like a 40% go around with a cloudier sky rather than a bit of sunshine mixed in like we had yesterday. Let's talk now about what's coming temperature-wise for Friday, because, that high is going to be bringing temperatures up. Tonight, no, temperatures are going down. Minnesota's range should go about 48 to 56. 20% shower chance. For Wisconsin and Michigan, partly cloudy, should be dry, low temps 51 to 54. Tomorrow in Wisconsin and Michigan, thanks to the high, sunny and 76 to 80 degrees. The normal is 78. Minnesota number 68 to 74 by the North Shore, and inland about 75 to 80 degrees. That sets us up then for the heat wave on Friday. Duluth Superior should go to 87, farther away from the lake. Low 90s is not out of the question, but to ease Paul's fears, he comes out of Texas. He's used to heat, but maybe he doesn't really like it that much. It already cools back down on Saturday when we get that next 40% chance for the showers and storms. Then about 70 to 80 for the week ahead.
Yeah, it's not 100, 100, 100, 100 like some people that I know down south.
Well, we haven't had that since 1936
Thank
around
goodness,
here.
yeah. Okay, Dave, thank you very much. Well, it is a beautiful night to get out and enjoy a summer staple. Lucky for us in the Twin Ports, the Head of the Lakes Fair just kicked off in Superior today, and that's where we find CBS 3's Quinn Gorham tonight. How's it going over there, Quinn? Looks fun.
Yeah, an absolute blast at the fairgrounds as always. I got some cotton candy here. I'm just going to grab a bite, if you don't mind, Paul. Fantastic. What's the fair without a little bit of fun food? Fun events. Got some fun carnival games back here, and even some rides and slides on the other side over there. I'm going to put this down real quick, and we're going to talk with Daniel Litchke over here, who kind of helped coordinate all this. Daniel, can you kind of talk to me about all the effort that goes into getting this fair set up?
Yeah, there's a lot of effort that goes in. The big grandstand events are planned about a year in advance. The vendors and everything are 6 months or so, and then all the other details working down to the fair are just full-time leading up to it.
Awesome. What does the fair mean to the community here?
It means a lot, especially to the kids and the local food vendors that they spend a lot of time here and working on their projects and working on their animal projects and come down to see them and support them.
Yeah, love that. Well, let's get past the logistics here. People want to know we're at the fair. We got a lot of fun and great food around us and stuff. What are some things people can look forward to both this week and this weekend while the fair continues?
We have a hypnotist that has a couple shows a day. My favorite that's coming is the live chainsaw performing. We also have a cattle auction, dirt racing on Friday, an MMA fight on Saturday, and a demo derby on Sunday.
Awesome. So plenty of fun to be had here at the fair. The fair runs through Sunday, $9 for adults, $6 for kids, and lots of stuff to do. We'll be back here at 6, hoping to talk with some new faces about what the annual event means each year. Paul, I'm sure you have plenty of experience with fairs, being from Texas and all.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm looking at
You got any fun stories to share?
Well, what I was curious about is if you're going to bring that cotton candy back, because you only took a bite, so there's a little bit left, right?
I'll save a little bit just for you, Paul.
Okay, the one thing I will say is stay clear of the chainsaw events there, please, okay?
Will do. I'll throw things back to you guys and see you guys back here at 6.
Thank you very much, Quinn. This is just one part of the fun at the fair. Of course, at 6, they'll be talking more about all of that, so check it out, the fairgrounds themselves. They open at 2 p.m. on weekdays and noon on the weekend. Well, it is that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets. That's also fun, and today's pet comes to us from Animal Allies here in Duluth. Here is Shania. She is 8 years old and looking for a place to come out of her shell. She can be a little shy, we're told, but it is a super friendly girl, so no problems there. She loves other dogs. She also loves her toys, so you can play with toys there. A kennel, though, not so much. So if you're looking for a friendly gal to add to your family, why not Shania? If you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt her, then you can call that number right there on your screen. Still to come, boaters on Lake Superior may see unmanned vessels beginning next week. What these new sail drones are all about.
Well, what do we have here? Looks like the new guy picked up lunch. Went with the new DQ Signature Stack Burgers menu. That's nice. A lineup of bold flavors like the Flamethrower Signature Stack Burger and Loaded A1 Signature Stack Burger. It's a total of 5 premium burgers that are anything but boring. So you can make an impression.
Am I going to get reimbursed?
Like a really good impression?
I got it. Lunch is
New guy just became burger guy. DQ. Happy tastes good. Get it delivered to DQ.com.
Malware and bots and worms. Oh my. The wild, wild web can be a scary and complex place. And as our digital world expands, so too are the threats. Watch out. Trojan horse. That's why at Mediacom, we take security very seriously and monitor our networks around the clock to stop threats before they can affect you. Not today, rude kid. Not all internet is created equal. We build ours to keep you connected and protected.
Today, women with nighttime urinary incontinence don't have to wake up wet. Introducing the PureWick system, an innovative breakthrough system for managing female urinary incontinence at night.
Morning, Mom. Good morning. How did you sleep? Better, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay.
The PureWick system works outside the body to draw urine away, helping to keep skin dry and control odor. The PureWick system is a non-invasive option for management of moderate to severe urinary incontinence, helping to reduce the need for multiple changes at night or trips to the bathroom. Now, staying dry can be one less thing to lose sleep over.
Simply call 800-208-1498 to order now and find out why 9 out of 10 caregivers and users would recommend the PureWick system. For more information and to order, call 800-208-1498. That's 800-208-1498.
We need some help.
I know. I'm going to CashNetUSA.com. And if approved, we can have the money in our account as soon as the same business day.
Go to CashNetUSA.com to apply for the money you need.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
The Minnesota State Fair announced 46 new drinks premiering at this year's get-together. All the beverages are either premiering or offered exclusively at the fair. Starting with the local brews, Bent Paddle will have 2 drinks, their Cold IPA and Summer Lovin' Orange IPA. There are also plenty of boozy slushes and lemonades on the list. There is also a new non-alcoholic IPA. We have the full list of the new and returning drinks at CBS3Duluth.com. A heads up if you see something bright orange on Lake Superior next week. It's called a sail drone. It looks a lot like a windsurfing board, but these will actually be conducting research starting August 8th. 2 sail drones will be deployed onto Lake Superior in Ashland. The 23-foot vessels will be traveling near popular locations along the north and south shore over the coming weeks. They have sensors on board that will scan the lake to measure fish population and how large ships' noises impact fish. It will also monitor for an invasive species called rainbow smelt. The Coast Guard is asking boaters to stay at least 500 meters away from the sailboards in order to prevent data disturbance. The project will wrap up by September 30th. A heads up to Duluth drivers. Spirit Valley Days kicks off tomorrow, and there are some road closures you'll want to know about. The parade in West Duluth starts at 6 tomorrow night. 59th Avenue West, Grand Avenue, and Central Avenue will all close starting at 5:30. There will also be no parking along the parade route, and DTA routes may be impacted. Closures should be lifted at 7:30 after the parade's done.
Coming up, it's a busy news day. Kansas voters uphold abortion rights in one of the most conservative states in America. What it could mean for the rest of the country after the Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe versus Wade. Plus, new concerns over the spread of monkeypox and how the White House is responding to growing calls for more action. And remembering Vin Scully, the broadcasting icon whose presence behind the mic captivated sports fans for generations. That is tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Hi, everyone. I'm Natalie Grant. I am so excited to be waking up with you every weekday from 5 to 7 right here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
Don't fall for clickbait, fall for cluckbait with a doubly delicious chicken deal only at Hardee's.
Hi, my name is Debbie. I am a Medicare specialist at UCare. I am a people person. People energize me. Seeing their reaction when they hear information, you can tell by their face if they really absorbed it or if they're still a little confused. What is the question you have inside you? There's no wrong question. There's no bad question. Ask it. I'd be happy to answer.
If you spent time on base at Camp Lejeune prior to 1988 and developed any of these cancers or suffered any of these injuries, you may be eligible for significant financial compensation.
Leaking underground tanks contaminated the drinking water with benzene and other highly carcinogenic chemicals.
There have been numerous reported cases of exposed personnel developing cancer and other serious health conditions. Call Camp Lejeune victims to discuss your case now.
800-795-0821.
I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital. We're here at the White House with the President of the United States.
Thanks for having me.
Our exclusive access to the presidential platform. We will witness yet another moment in history.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell from Washington, D.C.
Don't fall for clickbait. Fall for Cluckbait. Buy one, get one for $1 when you order in the app. Only at Hardee's.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Wednesday evening. Some clouds forming out there, but pretty nice evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Tonight at 5, we learn more about the CHIPS and Science Act, signed into law by President Biden yesterday. This will provide around $280 billion in funding for the research and manufacturing of microchips in the United States. Local business owners hope this means less supply chain issues in the future. And tonight at 6, all of us are feeling the pinch of rising costs, no doubt. As teachers prepare to head back to the classroom this fall, they too are seeing the impacts of inflation. Tonight we hear from a local nonprofit that is doing what it can to help ease their burden. That's tonight at 6. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.